Hey y'all, it's Lauren and Jamie.
This week we're talking about cheating and lying.
This is the Chicks and Dip podcast. Y'all,
Hello.
it's Lauren.
It's Jamie. Welcome to the Chicks and Dip podcast.
Welcome.
Episode 16.
Episode 16, y'all. We're happy you're here.
Chuck the Chip is still here.
Chuck the Chip. We're still taking name applications, but Chuck seems to be sticking.
What did your mom want him to be named? Chuckarita or something?
Charita, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Something spicy. I don't know.
We are still open to suggestions, so let us know.
Yeah.
But we are still obsessed.
We are.
He's so cute.
Welcome. So we have a crazy story. We have a long episode for you guys, and we don't have much time for this intro. But the craziest shit just happened. Earlier this week, I was just doing some work at my desk, and it's like an L-shaped desk, and I have a candle that I light while I work. And I'm sitting there type away, and I start to smell something, and I'm like, God, what is that smell? It smells like rank, like really bad. And so I look over my shoulder, and Mr. Kim, my cat, is on fire. He's standing on all fours, belly like on top of the open flame, unaware. He's just looking at me. He's not freaking out, no nothing, unaware that his stomach fur is literally on fire. I'm not talking about smoke. I'm talking about orange flames on all of his freaking belly hair. And I'm like, ah! So I grab him and I just throw him, and like it singed. It happened so quick. He's a lucky son of a bitch. I threw him and it just like singed off his belly hair really quick and like went up. Like his whole body didn't get engulfed. Thank God.
That is insane. I was sitting at my computer editing videos, and all of a sudden, Lauren was just like, y'all, in all caps, sends like a 2-minute long voice message talking about Mr. Kim just like going up in flames. And why can I picture that? Him just like perched over the candle, no fear, no nothing, and then just like the flames coming out from underneath his belly.
Yeah.
Insane.
And he's so big, I couldn't even see the candle. I'm just like, what's happening?
Wait, and you know what's crazy is I don't know what the smell of burnt hair is.
Listen, it is horrible. My whole apartment for like hours after that smelled like gag-worthy nasty. It was bad.
Well, listen, guys, all 19 pounds of him is safe.
Yeah, thank God he like licked himself to death. Like his skin didn't get burned at all. I like checked it out real good to make sure he didn't need to like go see the vet. And he was fine, and he just licked the charred hair, and now he's good. He doesn't really smell bad anymore.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay. And like it was just crazy because I thought that animals were supposed to have like a natural like fear of fire. You know, like when they see flames, they avoid. He just sat on it. Okay.
He really is so lucky. Oh my God.
Yep. And so I called my parents and told them about it. And of course, my dad was like, "What did you learn today?" And I'm like, "I learned that I have to like watch Mr. Kim if I have a candle lit." And he goes, No, you learned no more candles in the house. And I was like, that's never going to happen.
Wait, what's hysterical to me is that I've only actually heard Lauren's dad talk on the phone like once or twice maybe, and how she imitates his voice is so like on point but not at the same time.
His real voice is like
It's
not
so southern. Like, and she like talks a little like this. I'm like, that's not how he sounds. Dead ass. That's what you sound like when you talk like a dad. You talk like.
And that's not what he sounds like. Like he's got like a thick southern accent.
Literally not at all. So every time she talks about, I mean, I know she's talking about her dad because he has such a distinct voice now. Oh my God. That's so funny. I had to mention that. That's hysterical.
That's so funny. God. Anyway.
Okay, guys.
I guess, okay, well, before we get into our topic, obviously, if you're here, you've seen the episode title. We are telling a bunch of crazy cheating stories. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be entertaining, and we're going to learn some stuff. But before that, neutral.
The second look of today where I'm like, you want me to take it away?
You want me to talk? Thank you so much to Neutral for supporting the Chicks and Dip podcast.
Yes, we absolutely love Neutral. Right now we are sipping on the lemonade Neutrals. We got peach lemonade, strawberry lemonade, blackberry lemonade, and just your normal lemonade. 100 calories, not too sweet, but still perfectly sweet at the same time and very refreshing.
Yeah, they're really good, y'all. Again, we always like talk about how seltzers kind of came into the picture in 2020. And if you talk to pretty much anyone on the street, they're like, yeah, I like drank some of the other seltzer brands to death. So like I'm done with seltzers, but like I'm here to say pick up a neutral because it doesn't taste as artificial. It doesn't taste anything like other seltzers that I've had over the last couple of years. It's like really refreshing and I can drink it all day and I don't get sick of it.
Yeah, these lemonade ones are very unique. And the artificial thing, kind of honing in on that, it does not taste artificial at all. So we love them and thank you, Neutral.
Yeah. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast.
Thank you. All right, guys. You sent in some wild stories. We had so many that we kind of had to go through and pick which ones got the biggest reaction from us. First, we're going to talk about our own thing, and then we did an anonymous interview with one of our friends because she just legitimately had the craziest cheating, lying story out there.
Yeah. It's somebody that we know, and she, again, just has a crazy, crazy story. And just for like privacy reasons, she just didn't want to come on the show, which we totally understand. But her story was just too good. So like Jamie said, we did a fully anonymous interview. And so we're actually going to read y'all her story and kind of weigh in on it. I guess now you want to get into the interview?
Yes.
All right,
this is a big one, guys. So we kind of had her fill out some questions for us. So we're going to go through and kind of read her answers, give our little 2 cents. Now here and there.
Yeah, this is a lot. So we're going to kind of alternate reading and we're going to try to be good little audiobook girlies for you guys. Okay. So first question in our interview with our anonymous source. We said, tell us your cheating story. How long were you together? Did you meet his friends and family? Were there any warning signs? What happened? Okay. My ex and I were together for a little over 2.5 years. We lived in 2 different cities, but still saw each other weekly, which I think is pretty often for long distance. I met his closest friends. I traveled through France with his friends. I met his business partner. I went on multiple business trips with his entire team and even spoke to his parents over the phone on a few occasions. He claimed that he wasn't close to his parents or his brother. We lived what I would consider a lavish lifestyle together, which I was not accustomed to. We ate at 7 different Michelin star restaurants in 1 year. He spared no expense and would always pick up the tab for everyone. If I asked, he would hop on a plane and come to wherever I was. This was happening multiple times. He was thoughtful when he was absent, sending bottles of wine to dinner with my friends when he couldn't make it, making everyone fall more in love with him. His extravagant whining and dining was definitely a distraction from who he truly was. The only warning sign was that he didn't have any form of social media. I'll come back to this. He was 9 years older than me, so I never really thought anything of it. In the beginning of our relationship, he was skeptical about taking photos, especially group photos, but that only lasted a few months. Plans changed often with him, but he would blame it on work and he would always, quote, make it up to me. At the time, all the gifts, exotic trips, and promises kept me going and engaged in him. I didn't look at it as an attempt to cover up something. About 2 years into our relationship, my friends and I were in his city and they planned a birthday dinner for me. He didn't show up and my phone calls were going straight to his voicemail. This sparked my friend to do some digging online. The first thing my friend found was my boyfriend's home address, which was not the address that I stayed at when I visited him. The home was listed under his name and a woman's name. We had never done this kind of research prior because he was candidly investing in all of our lives. As my friends did more digging, we found a marriage certificate. He had been married for 13 years and was still married. We found other properties in both of their names and friends of theirs on Facebook. The wife had no social media either, so we found all of their friends' accounts. We found years and years of photos of them together, dating all the way back to college. He had even mentioned his wife's name to me multiple times, but he would refer to her as his friend. I now know that in his head, he believed he was never even lying to me about who he was with. He traveled for work weekly, so he would tell his wife he was on a work trip when he was visiting me.
Insane.
Y'all, 2 years together and you find out he's living a double life. Like, I'm like literally shaking right now. Like, this shit is so crazy.
Yeah. When she told this to us, like in person, it was so casual. I don't even know how it came about, but we were like, no way. This could be a freaking book. Seriously, this entire story. And that's just so sad.
It really is sad. And I just like can't imagine finding out that someone has a totally separate house. Like that detail to me is like so shocking, which of course, I mean, obviously this person is wealthy. So like, I don't think the average person could pull this off for this long, but like, why would you ever question if someone has you come visit their house? Why would you ever question this might not be their only home? Maybe they have a family somewhere else.
I mean, in relationships in general, there really is no reason to question anything until someone gives you a reason. So that's why she's like, I mean, we didn't do digging on this because it wasn't necessary. There didn't seem to be a reason to do the digging.
Right. And I don't want to make jokes about it, but y'all know how I feel about men without social media. Hiding something.
I know. And I disagree with you on that. You know that. But in this circumstance, 100% sketchy. I don't think in general, but like in this, clearly he didn't have it because he did have something to hide, which is crazy.
And
Literally insane.
This guy is sneaky and good because if it lasted 2 years and no one like raised any, eyebrows at this, like thank God he didn't show up to that birthday party. That's crazy. Okay, so we did some follow-up questions with all of this that we're going to alternate.
Okay, so the next one was, when you found out the truth, how did you feel? How did your friends and family react? And she said, when I found out my boyfriend of 2 years was married to someone else and actively lying to her, I was in disbelief. For a long time, days and days. I defended him and our relationship and was in complete denial that he was married to someone else, even though there was hard evidence right in front of my face. My friends were also extremely shocked. He fooled all of us. The relationships he built with my friends and family were real, but not honest. Everyone's feelings were extremely hurt. The lies were so complex and deep that I have no idea how he kept it up. As the news spread around my friend group, we decided to sit him down, corner him, and address it all together. I was so emotional that I needed my friends' support and needed them with me. With all 10 of us staring at him, I straight up asked him who the woman was and started scrolling through 50 plus screenshots of them. Even when his lips spoke, "That's my wife," I still didn't believe it. What is really sad is that at the moment, I didn't care who she was. I was so in love with this man and deeply invested in our relationship that I couldn't comprehend what was happening. I was already thinking that I could forgive him, they would get divorced, and we could still live happily ever after. I didn't put myself first and realize how unfair this was.
Shout out to those friends. Oh my God. Which, I mean, I'm sure they were heartbroken too. Like, if you really invest in someone's life, like, then you fully get to know their family and friends. Like, I would feel cheated on if someone cheated on you.
Yeah, I mean, for real. And I think it's, especially when you get them involved with your family, your siblings, everything. I mean, my sister's boyfriend feels like my brother at this point.
Yeah.
Even if they broke up in general, I would feel sad. Like, those people become a part of your life. So exactly, it's not even just that he's cheating on her. He cheated on everything. And I thought her point, saying that their relationships were real but not honest, that is really a hard-hitting point.
Oh yeah, because even, I mean, he's living a double life, but like, you still made all these memories with him, you travel with him, like, that's heavy.
Okay.
All right, y'all. The next question we asked: why did you stay with him for a few months after the truth came out? What ultimately made you end the relationship? She says, I really thought he was my person. Cringe. And I thought if we could make our relationship work after this, we could take on anything together. I didn't want to give up on us because I really thought he was my best friend. He would send me regular updates of the divorce process and the documents once it was finalized. I thought seeing the papers would really change my anger or give an ending to this nightmare, but it didn't. Through therapy, I learned that I am a fixer. I find purpose by feeling like I can help, fix, save others, and overcome obstacles. I learned real fast that there was no fixing this guy. He was truly living two different lives and didn't care who he was hurting more. I did some real soul searching and self-reflecting, and my love for him faded quickly and was replaced with an overwhelming feeling of betrayal. I realized I loved the lifestyle we shared more than him. I couldn't get over it and ended the relationship. It took me a long time to forgive myself. I never knew she was in the picture, but for some reason, I felt extremely guilty. I didn't want to be that girl who ruined a marriage, but I finally concluded that this was all his fault and not mine.
Yeah, that's heavy. That's hard.
I mean, literally, my situation was nowhere even close to this, and I felt like shit for a long time about that.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to be that girl, but in this situation, I mean, unfortunately, I think it was best for him and his wife.
That's true. God.
Seriously, 13 years. Like, I don't know. I think it would hurt even more if that continued on. And I think she's also making another good point where she wanted to look past it. She thought they would be able to work through it and they'd be able to get over it. And I think, every cheating situation is different. I think it depends on kind of like the magnitude of it and what's going on at that time. But I think this is why we're always like, oh my God, why do you stay with him? He cheated on you or she cheated on you or whatever. It's so much more complex than that.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to think through. And her saying like, I thought we could get through it. And I was just so like, couldn't believe it, what was happening. It's a lot to process.
It is. And it sounds like this guy, again, I wasn't in the therapy session, but like, it sounds like this guy has got issues. Like this isn't just like, oh, he made a mistake. This is like lying and lying and lying to the point that you're like able to live two lives. Like that's a real deep problem.
Yeah. Oh God, I just don't know how you do that. Okay. Next question that we had for her is it difficult to trust again after this experience? If so, how did you combat that and be vulnerable again? And she said, this isn't the first relationship that I had been cheated on, which made this so much harder because he knew about my past experiences. That sucks. Oh my God. So yes, it is very hard for me to trust people. I definitely see a difference in my behavior and attitude when I meet new people since this. I am much more guarded and share way less personal information. I have to remind myself that not everyone is out to hurt me or have ill intentions. Yeah. How do you I mean, we were saying earlier, we've never been cheated on, but like we have trust issues in general.
Yeah. I have trust issues that come from like a friend being mean to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
literally.
It would be really, really hard for me to ever like truly, I think I could casually date pretty quickly after this experience, but like to actually care for someone, travel with someone, nah. And
I think trust issues, people always say, you know, they're, from relationships or getting cheated on. I think that can come from so many different areas of your life. It can be from a coworker being dishonest to you. It can be from, you know, your parents when you're little, like getting divorced, or how your parents' relationship was growing up. There's so many factors into that, that just makes it 10 times harder. That's someone that you really like poured your heart and soul into for 2 years. When she was like, I'm more guarded and like, don't give out personal information. Oh my God, you know me, I'm a freaking open book. I'd suck at that. I would be so bad.
If you stopped like being honest and vulnerable with people, you would be like a different person.
Oh yeah.
That'd be scary.
That would be scary. I would probably sit in a corner and not do anything. Like all I do is talk and just tell everyone my life problems. So
oh my God. All right. The last question that we asked her was, what advice do you have for people who have been or are being cheated on by their partner? And she says, the cliche of there are so many fish in the sea is so true. It isn't easy, but after you heal, put yourself out there and live your life. Focus on bettering yourself and your goals. I continuously had to remind myself that I can't change the past and I can't control other people. Ask the hard questions. Protect yourself from getting hurt by vocalizing what you want from your partner and set boundaries. Girl, your intuition is always right. When I met my current boyfriend, I was out on a random day introduced by mutual friends, and I wasn't looking for a relationship. We had never run into each other before, and we lived in the same city our entire lives. I believe timing is everything. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, that is a horrific experience to go through, and to be able to come out on the other side and be like, listen, this is what I learned, and I've got a great boyfriend now, and the timing, like, he just fell into my lap. That's great.
Yeah, I definitely think if you're going to allow people into your life, it's when you least expect it, for sure.
Yep.
Because you got to be like emotionally ready, and just everything else in your life has to fall into place, I feel like.
Definitely.
Before you can really let somebody in. And she's so happy now, so I'm happy for her. Oh God. I mean, it sucks. It's like, it's just so crazy. There are definitely like, not like funny. Well, I guess funny cheating stories in the way that like how they find out and they're all good from it now. But that story itself is more so like how she came over that.
I mean, it's just like shocking to me. It sounds like a movie. You know, like whenever you see these like crazy ass documentaries of like these dudes who are just lie, and they just like get done with one lie and just start a new one. Like that's the kind of person that this is. Like, let's go on a trip to France. I'm going to lie to my wife this week and tell her that I'm on business. As soon as we get back, I'm going to take the wife to France and lie to you and say I'm on business. Can you imagine lying that much? I would be sweating to death.
Well, that's what I remember asking her. I was like, because she said that she would get introduced like to the coworkers, to family, everything. And I was like, how did they not say anything? And she was like, I don't think I was the only one, which is even crazier to think that there's probably more people than her.
Imagine having 5 lives in 5 houses and 5 people you say I love you to. That's psychotic.
And not that this situation is good at all, because it's not, but like I'm very thankful that him and the wife did not have kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh God, that just makes things so much messier.
I know.
If I was that kid, I would trust issues. Like literally growing up, trust issues, just completely.
Big time. I mean, literally, like, I just wonder if after all this was said and done, Do you think that the dude learned anything? I bet, like, to me, he sounds like he's got a problem. Like, I don't think he'll ever stop lying. I'm not a psychologist, but I feel like he's probably dating 10 other women right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe he's remarried.
Yeah, he needs to go to like personal therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Issues.
I hope y'all's like jaws dropped when we said the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
So now we're going to lighten it up a little bit. Not that that was heavy, but you know.
But still.
A little bit less shocking and mind-blowing. We asked you guys to tell us your cheating stories, and y'all always deliver whenever we ask for write-ins, but y'all really delivered on these.
Yeah, these are literally my mom's favorite episodes.
Yeah, the crowdsourcing is fun. And so we took your responses and we kind of paraphrased them, and we gave them like fun,
Names.
quirky little names, like titles of your movie.
I love it. All right. Do you want me to kick it off?
Kick it off.
All right. The first one, we have the Facebook status. All right. I started dating a guy during an internship. He told me he broke up with his ex back home. Famous last words. I asked him if I could update my Facebook relationship status with him, and he said yes. We were in the middle of seeing a movie when all of my friends started calling me. The quote unquote ex had commented on the Facebook status saying, "So I guess he didn't tell you that he had a girlfriend he hasn't broken up with yet?" And then I walked out of the movie. What? Stupidity. I'm sorry. What?
People are so stupid. This man literally said, yeah, for sure. Update your status. Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she did the dirty work for him. That's what, honestly probably what he was thinking. Like, you know what? Sally's going to find out this way. And we're just going to wash my hands of it and be done.
He said, sure thing. Go ahead. Blow up my relationship. Sure.
Oh my God. I wonder what movie they were watching. That's my question.
Right? We need more information.
Should have made a dramatic entrance. I would have loved that.
God. Okay. This one is called Breakup Abroad. My ex called me while I was in Asia to tell me that he got herpes from sleeping with someone else. He ended up not actually having herpes, but he did indeed cheat on me many, many times.
That, like, again, that is that is how we're going to get through that.
If I'm on vacation
Herpes.
and you tell me that I have to interrupt my vacation in Asia to find an STD test, I'm telling murder, okay?
Wait, hold on. I didn't even think about that part of things. Like, now you got to go, oh, if that herpes part was real, oh no, there would be some chopping happening.
I'm telling you.
Chopping off.
You ruined this relationship and you ruined my trip.
Done. Never returning from Asia.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow. Okay. This one kind of has two parts. You want me to do both or the first one?
Do the first one.
Okay. So first one, keeping it in the fam. One of my exes cheated on me with my cousin. Found out when another girl texted me about it. Bro, again, so many fish in the sea. We got to hit up the cousin? That's messed up.
I'm sorry, Jamie. Imagine like Thanksgiving that year.
No. Nope. Just like across the table, like, I hate you.
Like, can you pass the rolls? And you're like, no.
Literally.
You slept with my boyfriend.
Like, so Chuck said, here, yeah, I will. Chucks the bun at her face instead.
All right,
no.
y'all. This one is called Keeping It in the Fam Part 2. You guys are ruthless. I was at a house party one time and walked into my friend's bedroom looking for the bathroom. This girl was standing there crying, and I asked what was wrong. She was hammered and told me that she recently caught her twin sister hooking up with her boyfriend in their car. I gave her a hug and left.
That's so shitty. Are they identical? Bro, they've got. Do you think he was drunk and confused? Can you imagine?
Oh, God. No, I've dated a twin. You can tell the difference, okay? And once you start to like one, I think a normal person thinks one of them is hot and the other one, meh.
Oh, my God. How is your sister doing that?
Also, you're bonded with a twin. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, God.
again, family Christmas is fun that year.
Ew, oh, my God. Okay, not well. All right, next one. Reservation for two. This one's freaking crazy. Okay. A friend of mine's husband cheated on her years ago. Hate to hear it. He said he stopped, and of course he didn't. He was out of town one weekend, and the wife caught him in a lie. Instead of confronting him, she called his favorite restaurant in the city he was in. She had asked about a reservation under his name, and yup, he had a reservation with the other woman that night. She gave her credit card information and said she was his sister and wanted to pay their bill later that night. When he and the mistress got the check, the server said, "Your sister paid for the meal," and said congrats to the happy couple. They're actually still married. Pretty sure he realizes she's a badass and that he was making the biggest mistake of his life.
I love this bitch.
Oh my God. I would have loved to have been the server, like having no idea what's going on. Be like, hey guys, great news. Sister has paid for the check.
I bet they both like shit their pants. Like they're like, I don't have a sister.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like how we talked about up top, like she could have put him on blast on social media, but this right here is so much sweeter.
I love that. See, that's what I mean. Like very subtle things. If you really need to do that, be subtle about it.
Oh my gosh. And that's so clever. God, I
Right.
love it. This one is called Smile for the Camera.
Oh God.
He went on a job trip all month and didn't answer his phone much. When he came back, I found photos on his camera of a girl naked in a hotel room. He was in the mirror in the background taking the photos. I felt it in my body way before this that something just wasn't right.
Okay, ew.
Also, who is like bringing a digital camera to take nudes?
Wait, why are you snapping photos, you weirdo?
Ew, okay, but imagine I'm like picturing like a loser and he's like trying to get a good angle and he doesn't realize like his dick is in the shot, like in the mirror in the back. And his wife is like, I know that. I know that's yours.
I've seen it with my own two eyes.
I've seen it on your digital camera that you brought on your work trip.
My question is like, what year did this happen in?
This had to have been like 2003.
I know. I'm like, are we still carrying these around? Okay. Wow. Talk about uploading that to your MacBook. Being like, shit. Erase this memory card. All right. Next one, dog sitting disaster. My girlfriend asked me to whoa, guys. I'm taken aback by this story. Wasp. Okay. Listen, I preface, Lauren and I have done so much reading today that it's actually insane. So the
all
English
that we've done today
is
literally,
read.
we've just been reading out loud all day long. We're exhausted.
Literally. Okay, sorry. Dog sitting disaster. My girlfriend asked me to watch her puppy while she had a girls' night. I forgot to grab the dog's medication and had to go back to her house later that night. I walked in and caught her in the act with another guy. Turns out they had adopted the puppy together and had been dating for several months. Don't put that puppy in the middle.
But literally.
Don't do that to the poor dog.
Also, like, if I adopt, obviously both of them are in the wrong, but like if I adopt a dog with my boyfriend and he's like, I want to get sexy tonight, I'm going to pass you off or pass our shared child off to my other girlfriend. Like, I'm going to be a little protective of the dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like, no, don't give my child to another girl.
I mean, and also, why was that necessary?
That's what I'm saying.
Just like in general, why do we have to get rid of the dog? The dog couldn't have stayed? I mean, she should not have been doing that act anyways. But why did the dog need to leave the premises?
That's so true. No, it was for the girls' night. That's what it was. Which also doesn't make sense. Who doesn't want their puppy at girls' night?
That was supposed to be at the house.
This is the worst
Oh my
lie.
God. This girl's not doing well. She's not a pro.
She did terrible. Okay.
Oh, God.
This one's called The Gut Feeling. I found out that my boyfriend was on Tinder asking for nudes and asking girls out on dates. I got back with him. Ew. She wrote that, not me. I was in class one day and had a gut feeling that he had a girl over in his bed. That is so specific. I literally ran from class to my car and headed over. I called him and he wasn't answering. I texted him and told him I was coming over and he told me not to come in. When I got there, there was a girl in his bed with him.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that crazy thought that enters your mind, if you can like feel it in your vagina too, that is never wrong. I'm telling you. That intuition, like men don't have that. Women have this like insane feeling where you're like, in your brain, you're like, there's no way this is happening. That's too crazy. But if you can feel it in your body,
yeah, something's not well.
that's always right.
Wow. Damn. Sorry, girl. That sucks.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Neighborly love. My ex was dating both me and my neighbor at the same time. He was sneaky and smart.
How do you not have any crossover?
Literally, how do you not? I think he's getting up in the middle of the night to run over to the other house, get a quickie, and come back.
Oh my God.
Like, are you changing cars? Do you have multiple cars?
Like, also, okay, can you imagine being the neighbor across the hall? They like know what's going on and they're like watching this go down. They're like, one day you're going to get caught and we're going to be peeping through the door thing.
Wow. Like, is this an apartment complex or is this a full on like 2 homes next to each other?
I hope it's an apartment complex because that's even crazier.
That's tricky. Like, where are you going?
All right, y'all. The vault. My boyfriend cheated on me more times than I can count. I found out when back in the day, Snapchat. In the day, I think that I like read that without commas. That's on me. I didn't use correct grammar. I found out when back in the day, Snapchat would show you your top 3 best friends. They were all different girls. A friend of ours told me he had a secret vault app on his phone with tons of girls' nudes in it. Then a random girl told me she hooked up with him, but I didn't believe her because I'm a clown. It was a crazy moment in time.
Wow.
Also, okay, the Snapchat friends.
Yep.
Ruining lives left and right.
I specifically remember like the guys that I had a crush on in the beginning of high school. I would watch that shit like a hawk. I'm like, who's he talking to?
Who's Ashley?
Talk about like validating what you think is going on.
Also, the Vault app. That's like so gross.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that.
A secret app on your phone full of nudes. Boys are so, I'm sorry, I know that both boys and girls do shady things, but boys are so gross.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't handle. Okay. Next one, the quote unquote roommate. This one's so bad. Okay. I dated a girl for 8 months. Turned out her roommate, air quotes, was actually her boyfriend. We lived in different towns, so I'd stay in a hotel when I visited her for work. She would come to the hotel, but I never went to her house. The relationship ended when she got pregnant by the roommate. Like, what?
She's like, babe, I gotta tell you something. 1, I'm pregnant, and 2, my roommate's my boyfriend. What?
I wonder if she straight up said, that is my boyfriend. If she was like, oh, it was a drunken night, and we just found our way to each other's rooms. And that was it.
My roomie Chad.
Stumbled my way.
Looking cute in the kitchen.
I mistaked the doors, ended up in his bed, and ended up with a baby.
Crazy accident.
Here we are. Glad you got out of that one, sir.
God. Okay. This one is called The Emotional Cheater. I was in a relationship that I had had enough of. I intended to end it the next day, so I got on Hinge and started chatting it up the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so same day that he's going to end it. He's on Hinge before that?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing more than that. I tried to break up with my girlfriend, but she wouldn't let me. Like, she refused. So I stayed in the relationship. I did the Hinge thing for 3 to 4 days after that, but then felt pretty guilty and stopped. She eventually found out and accused me of emotional cheating.
I guess my question is, I would like to hear what this conversation was between the two of like, I tried to break up with her, but she wouldn't let me. Like, is she literally holding you hostage in the apartment?
I'm like, just break up. What do you mean? So I have a couple of thoughts, and I made some little notes on the emotional cheating thing because that's like a whole nother like topic.
Yeah.
And I have been in a situation where one of like my ex-boyfriends, I like did develop like a little crush on somebody that was my friend while I was dating the boyfriend, and it was like an emotional crisis for me. And like I remember I talked to somebody who was married about it, and she was just like, listen, like sometimes you have like crush feelings, like you're a human being, you know, like you have crushes on celebrities, you have crushes on your barista. Like sometimes you have a crush on someone,
Yeah.
and you need to figure out, is that a real crush or is that just like, oh, you get like, you know, little flirty feelings whenever you like, you know, see them, and that you have to either bury or end your relationship and act on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like having a freaking crisis about it because I like full on had a crush on someone and felt terrible because I also obviously have a crush on my boyfriend. And so it was really hard, but I never like acted on those feelings. You know, like I kept it friendly. But I think like if I don't want to like shit on this person, but like if I had gotten on like Hinge or like had, to me that's too far, and I would consider that cheating, even though it wasn't physical.
Yeah, I think it's hard because it's like he knows he wants to end the relationship. It seems like in a way she knew that the relationship was ending. I think regardless, to be safe, we probably should have waited to download the app until things were kind of said and done.
That's what I agree. Like, just
You know?
like you can give it, like you can have some self-control and give it like 5 days, you know, like end your relationship, settle down, and then get on the dating app. Like, because then no one can say there was any crossover. No one can be mad at you at that point. If
Yeah.
you know, even if you don't feel like it's a problem, then at least no one can like come back at you at that. But if I had found out that someone had been on a dating app before they had the conversation of breaking up with me, I would be really hurt.
Yeah, I think in this situation specifically, there's like two sides to that story completely.
I
Between like
disagree.
him and hers, I mean.
Maybe. I don't know. Having Hinge before you broke up with her is pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm confused about what do you mean why she refused to let you break up with her? Like,
Yeah, I think that's what I
do you
need more
mean?
clarification on. For sure. Okay. Next one. Is that me? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The best friend, another air quotes of best friend. On New Year's Eve, my boyfriend and I were out. The week before, he had gone on a group trip that his ex-girlfriend happened to be on, so I had a weird feeling. That is weird. After our midnight kiss, he was tired and went home. I stayed out, and one of the scariest moments of my life happened. I was in the bathroom with my friends when there was a shooting at the bar. In a panic, I left my phone and purse in the bathroom. My boyfriend came and picked me up and asked to borrow his phone to call my family and tell them I was okay. While I had his phone, a suspicious text, holy God, text came through from his best friend. It turned out he had saved his ex-girlfriend's contact under his best friend's name in his phone. They had been texting inappropriate things and FaceTiming for weeks. Oh, jeez. That was
the fire department.
Yeah,
if y'all can hear
agrees.
that, the fire department is on the way for this guy.
Sounds like they're literally right outside.
Is our studio
Yeah,
on
it's
fire?
also, like, what is happening?
Sorry.
Okay, so anyways, they had been texting inappropriate things and FaceTiming for weeks. That was the icing on the cake and one of the worst nights of my life.
Listen, I don't want to make light of a shooting. I hope everyone was okay. But if I've just gone through an extremely traumatic event and I then find out you have saved some girl's name in your phone as your best friend's name to trick me, I'm in an emotional state that's level 1000 already. I'm literally, oh my God, I'm like slashing your tires. Like crazy.
Wait, and let me know also, like, you shouldn't be talking regardless, but why are you talking that night?
That's what I'm saying.
And you literally just left your girlfriend at the bar because you were tired? No, you were probably going home to FaceTime that girl. That's disgusting.
And also, like, the fact that they're still texting after he knows, like, a potentially, like, life-threatening event just happened. Like, what do you say? Like, hey, girl, gotta go pick up my other girlfriend from a shooting real quick. BRB. No, that's disgusting. Like, ew.
So sad. I'm glad she's okay, but
Me
holy
too.
crap. Like, that is just, yes, that would probably be the worst night of my life as well.
Yep. All right, we're gonna wrap it up with this one. The hickey. My friend ran into him at the bar and saw a bunch of hickeys on his neck. Thinking they were from me, she sent me a picture laughing. Turns out they weren't from me.
Horrible.
Oh my God.
Like, this girl's like, I can laugh about it now, but in that moment, oh my God, I probably would have wanted to kill him.
Like, imagine, like, if I texted you, like, ah, ha, ha, Jamie, you dirty girl.
Yeah.
And, like, a picture of your man. And you're like, wait, what?
Probably me. I'm like sitting on my couch at home watching a rom-com, and I'm like, what? Excuse me. I am getting in my car at this moment. Where are you? What is
bar
your
is that?
location? About to kill him.
God.
Like, for real, that is a horrible situation for the friend to be in. Like, just thinking that's hysterical and being like, no.
People are sneaky, y'all. This is insane.
Sneak.
That's actually not sneaky. You're just like really going out
Oh.
on the town with hickeys on display.
Oh my God, like get some, because some concealer or something. Put something on your neck.
scarf.
Even in trying.
God.
Oh my God, okay.
We did want to touch on just something interesting that we did notice whenever we were crowdsourcing. Like, of all of those that we just read, I think 90% of them were from females, but we actually had quite a lot of men respond, but they just are not willing to tell their stories. Like, I had a lot of guys respond to my like personal story I put up, and they were like, oh God, I could talk about this all day. You know, that I've got big trust issues. And I'm like, well, let me hear it. Let me hear it. And they're like, nah. Or they said like, oh, we'll have to talk about it over drinks. And one of the guys actually said it was really embarrassing how many chances I gave her. And like some of these girls are fully admitting like I gave them many chances and that was so embarrassing. But I like almost wonder, just based on how many guys were unwilling to talk about it, I almost wonder if maybe it's more, it hurts like a man's pride a little bit more than a woman's, you know?
Yeah.
That might be assuming, but I just noticed that and thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like when we think of cheating, for some reason, we always think that it's going to be the guy doing it. And I think when it does happen to a guy, it honestly, I mean, it hurts for girls, but I feel like it hurts guys 10 times more.
Yeah. I agree with that. Guys that I know that have been cheated on are like, don't recover.
God, I know all these situations really suck, guys. I mean, just don't be a cheater.
Yeah.
Maybe just don't do that.
Just like act right. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
And listen, if you need help breaking up with someone, we have a great episode called Breakups Suck. And
Yes,
so
we do.
we're going to walk you through. It is indeed going to suck, but it's way better than the suck that comes whenever you cheat on someone.
Yeah, I mean, let's not be taking people out to dinner, downloading Hinge. Let's clear the air
Nah.
and take it.
Nah. Anyways, guys, that was a lot. And so we hope that y'all enjoyed it. I mean, if anything, then it's like just kind of fun to listen to other people's tea. But we hope that like you took away that, if you are being cheated on, this clearly happens to so many people. So like, don't feel embarrassed. It sucks. You're better than that.
Yeah.
And if you are doing the cheating, you know what? Maybe just like listen to how some of these people are feeling. Think about your actions.
Think about what
Would
you're
be my
doing.
advice.
I just think you're wasting so much of your time thinking of the lies and how to get through things when you can literally just break up with the person. That's my question. When they do this, like, do they really feel okay? And like their relationship is just going to keep going?
That's what I feel like the most common scenario is that like, the relationship is not going to work long term. And so these people start cheating and it's like they're in this situation and they don't have a game plan, like they don't plan to keep the lie going for like the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And so then whenever it all comes out, I can imagine you probably feel relieved, right? I mean, to me, the only people that keep this up for years and years and years are people who are like professional liars, who probably don't feel guilt, which what is that called? Some kind of narcissist?
Narcissist, probably.
Maybe. So one of those things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a normal person.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's just so bad. I'm sorry for the people that experience that. But like Lauren said, if you're feeling it in your gut or your vagina, you get it.
That girl don't lie. Anyways, y'all, we will leave you with that advice. Remember, new episodes come out every single Monday morning, bright and early. You can watch our web show on YouTube. You can listen to us as a podcast, audio only, on literally anywhere you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, all the things. Hit us with the socials.
Yeah, and we're on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Chicks and Dip Pod. And also, guys, we have a new segment that comes out every Wednesday. It's called the Afternoon Pick Me Up, just to kind of get you out of your slump. It's usually kind of posted around 3 o'clock, so it's fun. It's in between like 5 to 15 minutes. Kind of depends on what we're talking about. But if there's any quick topics that you want us to chat about, let us know.
Let us know, y'all. And one more time, thank you so much to Neutral for supporting the Chicks and Dip podcast.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.